Hello, my name is Nathan Basine. Today I'm going to be giving a presentation of how Hurricane Katrina impacted electronic health records. So just a little background about the impact of Hurricane Katrina. Hurricane Katrina was a tragedy and a catastrophe which occurred in 2005. Many individuals lost their life and homes. It caused $161 billion in damage. Hurricane Katrina had a huge impact on electronic health records. Paper records which existed in the area impacted by the hurricane became lost as disaster struck. This occurred in southeastern Louisiana. The hurricane exposed many weaknesses in the state of medical records at the time. With paper records, there is a possibility that the patient data can be lost and damaged and basically useless for physicians and patients. With physicians also evacuating the area, it made it very difficult for health records to be retrieved. So basically, Hurricane Katrina exposed just so many weaknesses in paper records during the time. So for my preparedness plan, I tried to create a plan which took into account the different aspects of what went wrong with Hurricane Katrina, and I tried to see how to prepare, respond, and recover for the future. By transferring data from paper to electronic, it can ensure that in the future, catastrophes that cause so much damage will not affect sensitive medical data. So for introduction, uh, paper medical records are heavy, take up space, and can be easily damaged by water as seen with Hurricane Katrina. Some limitations of paper records include restricted access, vulnerable during natural disasters, and there's a single location of records. So if there's a single location of records, that means if those records were damaged, then there's nowhere else you can retrieve that information from. So preparedness. Much needs to be done to prevent the loss of medical data in the event of future catastrophes. Um, to prepare, we need to transfer medical data that includes patient information from paper to electronic. We also need to train medical staff on how to properly use electronic health records to record medical data of patients and also ensure that there's interoperability of medical records. So that means there's ability of the database to exchange and use information with other databases. So for response, uh, responses in the event of future catastrophes can include secure physical and paper records in a way in which they're not going to be damaged. If a catastrophe is expected, scan paper records and convert them into electronic records as soon as possible. Have a trained staff available for patients to reach out to ensure that their medical data is not lost. And if a catastrophe is going to occur, healthcare organizations need to invest in IT to ensure that medical data is not lost during natural disasters. So for recovery, it's important to have a backup databases available to ensure that medical data or medical records are not lost. Like I said, have digital backups available. The most important step, in my opinion, is switching from paper to electronic health records. Through this step, there is a much greater chance that medical patient data can be recovered during a natural disaster, like we saw with Hurricane Katrina. To recover lost medical data after catastrophe, reaching out to physicians to see if the data was stored in another form can be important in recovering the patient's information. Thank you. Here are my references. Yep.